The bell above the door rang softly as the clock struck 10:57 p.m., and the man behind the counter lifted his head just in time to hear the woman's trembling voice say, "Please, please don't close the store. My son needs one more blanket." If you've ever wondered how one small decision can change many lives forever, stay with this story till the very end. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this remind us that kindness still exists in the world. The man behind the counter looked ordinary. Faded jacket, tired eyes, hands resting quietly on the wooden surface. To anyone watching, he was just another night shift manager in a small, nearly forgotten store on the edge of the city. What no one knew was that he was the CEO of a nationwide retail chain, living undercover for 1 week to understand why so many stores were failing. And this night, this one moment, would change everything he thought he knew. The woman stood near the door, clutching a thin wallet with shaking fingers. Her coat was worn, her shoes soaked from melting snow outside, and her eyes carried the kind of fear that only a parent understands. Beside her, a little boy no older than 6 hugged himself tightly, his lips slightly blue, his cough dry and hollow. The store's heater hummed weakly, barely pushing warmth through the aisles. "I get paid tomorrow," she said quickly, her words tumbling over each other. "I swear I do. He's been sick, and the nights are freezing in our apartment. I already bought medicine, but the blankets we have are too thin." She pointed to a small stack near the aisle. "Just one more, please." The man glanced at the clock again. Company policy was strict. Close at 11. No exceptions. That rule had been written by him, by the same man now standing behind this counter, pretending to be someone else. For the first time, the policy felt heavy in his chest. He looked down at the boy, who was trying very hard to be brave. The child's eyes met his, and in that look was trust, silent and pure, as if he believed adults always did the right thing. "Mom," the boy whispered, tugging her sleeve, "it's okay. I can use my jacket." The woman turned away, tears slipping down her face before she could stop them. The man felt something crack inside him. "Take your time," he said quietly. "The store isn't going anywhere." Her head snapped up. "Really?" He nodded. "Really." As she moved slowly toward the blankets, he walked around the counter and turned the heater up just a little more. The boy smiled for the first time, a small, tired smile, and that smile stayed with the man long after. At the register, the woman counted her money again and again. She was still short. Her hands froze mid-count. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'll put it back." Before she could turn, the man gently pushed the blanket toward her. "It's on the house tonight." Her eyes widened. "I can't." "You can," he said softly. "And you should." She broke down right there, covering her face, sobbing the kind of cry that comes after holding it together for far too long. The boy wrapped his arms around her waist, and the man felt his own eyes burn. That night, after they left, he locked the door and sat alone in the quiet store. He thought about his own childhood, warm house, never worrying about blankets or heat. He thought about how many times people like her had stood in front of counters like this, unheard, unseen. The next morning, the store staff arrived to find him waiting. Not as a manager this time, but as himself. By the end of the week, everything changed. Store hours were extended during winter. Emergency warmth items became available for families in need. Employees were given power to help without fear of punishment. And that single mom, she was offered a job at that very store, flexible hours, stable pay. Her son received proper medical care, and their apartment was soon filled with warmth, not just from heaters and blankets, but from hope. Months later, the man returned quietly. The boy ran up to him, healthy and laughing, wrapped in a bright blue jacket. "Mom," he said proudly, "this is the man from the blankets." The CEO smiled, kneeling to his level. "No," he said gently. "You're the reason. Sometimes the world doesn't change with loud speeches or big announcements. Sometimes it changes because one person chooses not to close a door."